And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of dead air.
Just give it a second.
Where my horns at? Get a horn, some. Yes, sir. 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 This is the No Pyro podcast, episode number 101. We are in the building on this dreary, rainy, lightningy day here in June. We are a week away from the month of July. Uh, this year is moving super fast, super fast. So
Yeah, yeah. Some of us had a big week. And I'm pretty much glad it's raining because I was tired of all this heat. So I don't know about you guys.
yeah, this heat was a lot. I'm glad it's over too. Give me another day of it, and then we can go back to the regularly scheduled programming. 'Cause-
Oh, you know it's going to be muggy as a motherfucker when it stops.
oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Mac, aka TBD Mac, aka Sick Flair, in the building. Joined, of course, every episodic week. Well, my boy Swervy Lee, aka Two Sub Swerve, aka Swervy Atmos, aka Swerve the Power, FKA Yoko Tuna, aka It Found Me, I Didn't Find It, aka New Headphones, sounding crispy. How you feeling?
Man, I'm not feeling crispy, but at least I sound that way. So I guess I'll take that. This heat got me feeling sticky, icky, icky.
Well, if you got to live a couch in this type of heat, I'll pray for you. Uh, of
Man,
course, it is and the myth, the legend, No Children, aka EGB. And for those who ask, EGB means everybody getting buried.
wait a minute. Who asked?
Hey, might be somebody saying, "What the hell does EGB mean?" Clear it up just in case they ain't gotta ask.
Okay, okay.
AKA Applebee's Don, AKA
Yeah, I don't have anything with me.
Are
damn.
your are your
Uh,
are your are your windshield wipers going?
yeah, it's fucking raining now. I'm fucking. This is Drew stuck in traffic right now.
So you got your ear to the streets
I'm
literally out
fucking,
here, huh?
You're right. Do 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 do
this
do
shit's
do.
not fucking moving at all. It is fucking ridiculous.
Oh boy, Drew in traffic. Not a good sight.
It's gonna be one of them pods.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's gonna be a road rage pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about this evening. Um, some,
In a very short little bit of time.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to put my air on. I got stuff to do.
No fluff, y'all. No fluff. Let's go.
Yeah,
Um,
we threw out 96 AKAs, and we're gonna turn around and be like, guys, we gotta wrap this up quick though. I just threw like 96 AKAs out there, but I don't have that much time to spare.
all right, whatever. You'd be stuck in traffic. Enjoy that. Um, we got a lot to talk about this week. That happened to wrestling. Um,
Really? There was news? It was a pretty quiet week.
what do you mean?
Quiet. There was no news at all. Why? Did you hear something?
Oh, I might have heard a little bit of something. I didn't touch anything though. I'll say that I didn't touch nothing.
You
Well, I
better
didn't say
have not without
touch
consent.
anybody.
That's strange, seeing as how pro wrestling's so family friendly and has high family quality and morals.
Mm. It's a family business, man.
Huh?
Make room for daddy. Family business. Um, let's start off with some AEW on the card. We're keeping it wrestling to start off. It was on Dynamite last week. Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. And I know our normal listeners are going, "What the fuck, Mac? You don't know shit about AEW." Well, listen, we're a team here. I'm taking over from my man Drewski. Drew, he'll talk about the dynamics of this match as far as how it looks in standings and everything like that. But I'm just here announcing. Don't shoot me. That's all. Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc lost to Page and Omega. The analysis on Bleacher Report is every time Page and Omega defend titles, the result is a pay-per-view match, pay-per-view quality match, excuse me. This is no different, a 20-minute battle that was energetic and dramatic. The champs winning was the right call, if only because it feels like this is mileage left in their reign, and a showdown with FTR just sounds too damn good to rob fans of. With that said, Havoc and Sabian were excellent here. All right, so they're talking about, because this match was for the tag team championships, FTR and Hangman and Omega in the same ring. They've had these belts on for a long time, and FTP's kind of hot, but do you think they would switch the belts over at the next pay-per-view?
I don't know about that. The reason I say that is because FTR is not signed to AEW. They are on a case-to-case basis, so they're on a nightly deal.
Okay.
So because of the fact that they're not signed lockdown wrestlers, I honestly cannot imagine them putting belts on these guys.
So you mean to tell me they like that one girl who goes into the club to try out for that night and see how she does?
I mean, pretty much. I think that FTR saying, "Hey, we're keeping our options open." You know, there's a lot of wrestling promotions out there. Unfortunately, they're not all working right now, so get paid, while you can.
Well, FTR better make it clap then.
Excuse me, I just did a Mac thing. That was from June 3rd.
Theory?
Oh God. I'm sorry.
Should we just restart this pod?
No, man. I saw I started going through different things. I saw tag team championships. I got the right tag team championship match at the Open Dynamite.
I can feel the subscribers leaving us on SoundCloud, YouTube, and iTunes right now.
Oh, that's a fact. Listen, if you aren't on one of those and you want to replace one of the people that left, please go to YouTube. SoundCloud. It is no Pyro podcast. Would it not be a podcast if I didn't do that? Come on now. It's almost intentional at this point. Anyway, moving on. AEW Tag Team Championships are still on the line, but this time Omega and Hangman Page took on the Natural Nightmares. And this is, in case you don't know, it's QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes, FKA Goldust, and Swervy's girl accompanied this team to the ring.
Who that?
Hangman and Omega got the victory over Marshall and Rhodes.
Thought you was going to try to be funny like you did with Drew.
Oh, no.
I said, I ain't Drew. I don't do that.
I'm trying to make sure everything is A1. So the match was standard, strong in-ring performance from Omega and Page, while Marshall had the opportunity to shine as his on-screen relationship with Allie took center stage late. I don't know what the hell they're talking about with that.
Well, you would if you watched.
Yeah, Allie has been doing a thing where she's been trying to flirt with Kitty Marshall and get with Kitty Marshall, but you could definitely tell that there's something a little bit more devious in her intention, to kind of break up the team, which for some reason is branded with Cody's branding, even though he's not in the tag team. But Um, yeah, that's what's going on with that.
Well, I wonder if they're gonna soon scrap this angle based on news, but we'll figure that out in a later.
I want the Nightmare Collective to come back, start collecting again.
You're all out of collections, bro. All accounts have been paid. Settle in full. Moving on is Anna Jay versus Abaddon.
What?
Um,
Is that like a dinosaur or something?
no, this is a women's match. Abaddon defeated Jay. Um, now Jay did join the Dark Order, and their Bleacher Report being there saying that this is an interesting development, if only because the group was lacking a representative from the women's division. So I don't know if that's why she's there, but whatever.
It's all about representation.
I feel like that's why they put her in the spot. Oh boy, here we go. Blow by blow segment of the night. MJF taking on, you guessed it, Billy, which I didn't even know he still wrestled.
Yeah, he lost his last name. Did you hear about that?
Drew, are you drinking while driving?
I am not.
Okay, sounded like you were. I didn't hear what you said. Maybe the signal was bad.
Are you drowning while driving?
Well, was the train? Yeah, no. Did you hear? He lost his last name.
So who did he get married to?
He got a cease and desist from WWE saying, "You can go by Billy. That's fine, but that gun name is ours."
You gotta love it. So Billy lost. No one's surprised about that. But after the match, Lucha Express jumped the guardrail and attacked MJF as Wardlow. Okay, so yeah, they're talking about MJF and Jungle Boy as the next feud. They already had their match.
Yeah, we just got that. We got that the last paper.
Right, I guess they're.
His podcast is terrible.
What?
This podcast is terrible, man.
Why?
It's just like a tornado just going off in the back. Right? You ask the question.
You sound better now than ever, though, Drew. Oh shit!
Why are you lying to that man like that?
I'm gonna just what's going on your stage.
Oh my god! All right. We have technical difficulties over there with Drewski. Moving on. The AEW Dynamite Championship, TNT Championship, excuse me, was defended against Ricky Starks. The holder is Cody. Cody beat Ricky Starks. I don't know when Cody's going to plan on dropping his belt, but I don't think it's anytime soon. I think he wants to be the longest reigning AEW champion of anything in this company in the short history that it's been in existence for, because that's what you do as a booker. And I mean, I've never seen Cody look strong in matches except for the ones where he's defending the championship, because all the other ones he lost. The Dean Ambrose matches, the Jericho matches, he just doesn't, he's not A1. But here, he's looking pretty good. So he's holding on to the belt. Again, I think it's going to be for a long while. Might even be into 2020. He loses it. Moving on, Young Bucks took on the Super Bad Squad, Butcher and Blade.
That's the name of their team.
Well,
The Butcher and Blade. That's what they changed that. Or
no,
you?
say something else.
Oh,
No, Butcher and Blade was always their name.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Nick. So I was going to say Butcher and Blade.
we butchering this podcast. I'll tell you that.
Well, you not let me finish talking, man. Now, so Butcher and Blade continue to stick their nose into this match. So they were out there just instigating the hell out of this match until FTR's, get this name, Cash Wilder. You know who that is, WWE guys. And that
Cash Wilder.
even things up. So it was a whole melee outside. But the match still continued. Super Bad Squad got some offense going, but it wasn't enough as the Young Bucks defeated them by pinfall. So the tag team, you know what? WWE, let's pause here for a second. They need to take a look at what the tag team division is in AEW because they're getting it right. They have real, legit squads going up against each other every week. It's not just Street Profits and then some made-up tag team with Jumpin' Jack Gallagher and Sheamus or whatever it is. These are teams. They've got a persona, they've got music, they've got an identity, they've got a purpose. Not just guys being put together. So kudos to AEW for the tag team division that they're building over there.
I think Sheamus and Jumpin' Jack Gallagher would make a great team, by the way. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, me too. That's what I said.
Yeah, I know about that, pal.
We'll get to some news. Number one contenders match: Best Friends versus the Sex Gods. Again, tag team match here. So the victors ended up being Best Friends. They beat it with Sex Gods. Really fun, energetic. This was the main event, 15 minutes. This was their long march to the titles. So they are now going to be competing against Page and Omega.
Can they even be called that in 2020?
You said, did we call it?
I said, can they even be called that in 2020?
What?
Sex Gods?
The Sex Gods.
Hey, man, it's TNT. Anything goes. No chill. Do they stand a chance against Omega and Page?
I mean, not for a while.
Okay. Did you have anything you wanted to add to this AEW episode?
Not really. I won't lie. I didn't watch really any wrestling. I wanted to watch it. I just never really got a chance. I did watch The Undertaker's Last Ride, but that's really it. Everything else I'm just catching up on with like recaps.
Okay. Are you stationary right now?
I am. I'm finally fucking stationary.
You on the throne?
No.
No. Figured just got off work. That's maybe we were going. That's where I go.
Yeah. It's usually a gallop upstairs. You know, whoo. You know, one of those. Did you want to take SmackDown then? Or I can do it.
Okay, I mean, I have to pull it up right now because I mean, like, I literally just walked in.
Okay, we can do it.
Okay. Just pull up the right date, please.
I got it. All right, here we go. Matt Riddle, we'll get to him later in the show, ruins AJ Styles celebration, and we get AJ Styles versus Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle defeated AJ Styles in what was his last match, excuse me, I mean a really good match with this guy. They said this match went damn near 40 minutes. I don't know if this felt like Riddle's call-up match, but to have an older AJ Styles put him over, I don't know if the WWE at this point was ready to put him up and shoot him to the moon. I don't know, but that's something you do when you give a guy 40 minutes in the ring with probably your best in-ring competitor in the company.
And beat him.
And beat him. Right. So we'll see.
Was it the greatest debut of all time?
No.
You know who that is.
Who was it?
You got the clip. Go ahead and play it.
I don't have the clip.
And his name is John Cena. Oh, man. So, Jeff Hardy refuses to let Sheamus ruin his life. Whatever. I don't have anything for this. This is a waste to me.
He also refuses to stay out of the business. Go home.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for a guy like Jeff Hardy. All he knows, they're giving him anything. He's just going out there, tail between his legs, and he's like, okay. Because what else can you do?
Sad.
Yeah. And then on the other side, Sheamus, you deserve better than this, bro. You were a former champion, and you were a damn good champion and a really good heel. You're better than this. That's all I can say. And then Kayla Braxton, you're better than this too. Stop getting involved in bullshit, because then you start to smell like it. Moving on. Shorty G is in action. He says that he was never intimidated by bigger opponents. He ended up fighting Mojo Rawley, and Mojo Rawley lost. Let's move on. Sonya Deville.
Poor Mojo.
Well, yeah. So Sonya Deville threatens to maim Mandy Rose on Miz TV. Miz and John Morrison blame Otis for their loss to Braun Strowman at Backlash, as the heavy machinery star said that he would cash in if they won. Mandy Rose arrived only for Miz and Morrison to taunt her. Sonya Deville was introduced as a second guest to question why Rose got so many opportunities. God's greatest creation and her former best friend traded shots until Deville promised to ruin Rose's only asset. You guessed it, folks. Her beauty. It ain't your beauty. It's Ashton, your booty.
What
Hey,
the fuck?
you know who Ashton, your booty is, Drew. I did that for you.
I know.
Sonya Deville rolled away by slipping between the A-lister. And then Miz got slapped. You know, again, Miz, you're better than this, bro. John Morrison, you're better than this.
Wait, what? No, they're not.
You don't think so?
Hell no. That's right where they belong.
We're talking about a man who who main evented WrestleMania. Swerve, come on.
And where was the star feud in that main event?
Well, he was on the B side of the feud, so.
He was on the C side of it.
But if he retained,
So nobody remembers that.
oh, I do. Hey
Of
man,
course,
who did he beat? Or who did he beat that night? Just like, remind me.
of course you do. Who did he beat? Did he
Yeah.
beat him? Did he beat him clean without help?
Who does it? When you look at the record books, does it say beat clean, beat dirty, or does it say?
If you go Wikipedia, it will say that.
Yeah. At this point, the Hall of Fame is on Wikipedia too. Anyway,
All right, no fluff. Let's go.
Miz, you deserve better than that, bro. All right. I talked about the tag team division on AEW being stellar, and they know how to put a plan together. They have identities for teams. Here's where the WWE loses me. We've got New Day. Now, they're fine with me, but then Lucha House Party. Who really cares? Um, New Day ended up getting the victory. According to Bleach Report, it was a very good match that went on. Of course, athletic guys can put on a good match. I think that's why Nitro was so good between that first, 7 to 8 o'clock hour, because you saw Psychosis and Juventud Guerrero, a lot of the high flyers, Eddie Guerrero when he first was there. So,
Every freaking week, they never changed up the formula neither.
every week, stick with what works.
I think Dean Malenko and it was the second hour. Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit.
Truly believe.
Maybe Benoit,
Wait,
never
hour.
Malenko.
Yeah, that had to be a cruiserweight hour because you knew what you were getting at 7:26 when they came back from commercial. Disco Inferno versus Psychosis every week. Moving on, Sasha Banks. We'll get to her later. Took on Nikki Cross. The fire was under Nikki Cross's ass for a while, and then it kind of fizzled out. And I was surprised they let her, get primetime spotlight on SmackDown for a while with her and Bliss. But Sasha Banks got the victory over Cross. They're still setting up this feud with Bayley and Banks. I don't know when they're gonna pop off on it, but it's gonna.
Listen, man, at NXT Takeover, it was the greatest match of all time. They're gonna repeat history of SummerSlam. Just know that.
Main event.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Who else gonna main event? Drew McIntyre and it's not even gender no more. I don't know who it is, but they ain't main event.
No, you're probably right. All right, so we are moving on. We got a Firefly Funhouse with Swervy's favorite, Bray Wyatt.
No, that's you guys' favorite. Stop doing that.
Nah, man, it's your favorite, bro. Because, you smile up from ear to ear when we bring him up and we say, well, he's not where we thought he would be at. And then you come with the, told you so. So, this is
I know
make it
for
my
a
favorite.
fact that when Bray Wyatt hops on the microphone and says, he's got the whole world, Swervy will jump out of his seat and go, in his hands. He'll do the Carlton dance while doing it, too.
right. That's his boy. He predicted this whole shit happening. So, for that alone, you're paired with him. That's how it works.
Yeah, I love how you flip that on me. But go ahead, continue.
I'm just setting you up because I want to see what you're gonna say about this feud that I'm about to bring up. So on the Firefly Funhouse, Bray tried to play off him not being in action, him not being on TV. He said that he had been gone for a rambling rabbit to reveal that he'd been crying in the corner after his loss to Braun Strowman.
AKA having another baby.
Yeah, he had a second one.
Hey, pump and dump, baby. So you gotta get it in. Braun Strowman interrupted Wyatt, telling him that he was done playing games. In a shocking twist, the Eater of Worlds arrived, telling Braun Strowman to follow the buzzards and find him. Show of hands, does anybody think this is going to be another one of those super produced, weird matches between these two?
Oh, WWE is going right back to that well with no audience. If they can go there, they're going there.
Well, they got more fake crowd noise. I figured they wouldn't have to do that this time.
Yeah, but they love their overproduction.
But you know why they're going to do it with Bray, though? It's because his matches suck.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? Your boy. Why do you think his matches suck?
You tell me. He's your guy. Y'all like him so much.
Yeah, but we're not the ones saying this matches suck.
Well, obviously you don't want to call out the truth. I mean, I understand that, but it is what it is.
Do you think that Well, first, hold on. Let me ask: are you comparing this to a Shawn Michaels, a Kurt Angle, a Triple H? Like,
Are they all wrestlers? I mean, who could I compare him to then?
I mean, you could have compared it with like Perry Saturn or somebody.
Could I compare him to Dennis Rodman? He's not even better than Perry Saturn, if he's being real.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Get the fuck out of here.
In a
Who,
wrestling ring, rings of
who,
Saturn, Perry Saturn. Come on, y'all. You
who
said no
fucking
fluff,
hurt
so
you
don't get me started.
to tell me that Moppy is better than this?
Not rings of Saturn, Perry Saturn. I'm not talking about what he did in WWE. You
Oh,
know
okay.
who's a better wrestler. So get on out of here with that.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Perry Saturn nearly killed himself doing a moonsault. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Look, all Bray has is a good entrance. That's it.
Okay, and you don't like the in the days or not in the days? What is it? What is it? Extravagant?
It's so good you don't even know it. Come on, man.
A lot going on. You don't like Extravagant?
It's okay. It ain't that spectacular. It don't beat anybody.
This is the same guy probably sitting there going Rikishi was a better wrestler than Bray Wyatt.
I mean, for his size.
Rikishi had one move, and that was a super kick. Besides that, he just did the typical ass and face stuff.
No, hold on. Did what was that? The sit down move where he put you over his shoulder, he put his arms out. He had that one
The
too.
Michinoku driver?
Yeah.
Listen, it put people down, didn't it? He was in the only 6-man Armageddon Hell in a Cell.
And because of Rikishi, guess what we got? Fucking Roman Reigns. Thank you. Gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, yeah, you probably say Neville's better than Bray Wyatt, so that's consider the source. If you got any hate mail you want to submit to
What
the
are
show,
what are we talking about? Wrestling, or are we talking about like promos and all that kind of stuff? 'Cause I feel like y'all be trying to just
I mean,
switch the narrative to whatever you want it to be.
that is pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is also the promos. That's
And you guys praise Pac over in AEW, but I mean, when he's
well,
Neville, he's
no,
just,
we're not talking about Pac. We're talking about Neville.
oh, okay, it's not the same guy. I got you.
I mean, I don't see Pac coming out with a fucking cape.
All right. I mean,
oh shit. Well, that was it for SmackDown. It's only 2 hours, so
you don't gotta believe me. Just look at the company tell you what they think of him.
And what does the company think of him, Swerve?
Is he having the championship right now? I mean, come on.
He's in a feud with the champion.
Did he get squashed by a 60-year-old man?
That was for Roman's sake. He died in the cross for Roman Reigns.
Hey man, whatever you need to say to make your story sound better, man.
Yeah, bro, come on now. He walks so Roman can run. Well, you know that.
I only know what I see, man.
You can't, on one hand, say that the upper brass is at fault, but they give them credit when it comes to the storylines. But that's it for SmackDown. Do we want to go dirt right here? Do we want to go raw?
Yeah, let's go in between Raw. Let's do some news now.
Okay.
Even though there's not a lot this week.
Let's get to it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So, about 4 years ago, the Me Too movement broke out, and the wrestling world was pretty fortunate to kind of avoid it. And we all breathed a sigh of relief. And then this weekend happened. And that shit hit us like a ton of bricks. Literally, announcement after announcement after announcement came flooding in of just wrestler after wrestler after wrestler doing weird shit or or getting accused of doing something that they probably shouldn't have been doing. And we're going to do the rundown right now of all the wrestlers that we've heard of so far who have had their hand in the stew, if you know what we're saying. So do you want me to start off with the first one?
Yeah, man, go right into it.
Okay. So, pull up who the first guy was.
Now, before you say their name, this is all right now alleged. Yes.
This is all alleged. So yeah, let's get that out of the way first. We are not going to be playing the
The blame
guilty
game?
by Twitter game. So, if that's what you're looking for, this isn't going to be it. I definitely do believe in, making sure that they're guilty before actually saying that they're guilty. You look at somebody like Johnny Depp in that regard. Everyone crucified the guy, and then you hear the phone audio and find out that he was actually the one being abused. So let me pull up the
Let me
first
take
one.
my let me take my thumb off the cancel button, man. Go ahead.
Oh, Jesus. Bear with me. I'm just pulling up the first one, the very first one that came out. It was an indie guy. God damn. The one I didn't write down.
Was it the Great Khali?
No.
Oh.
What?
Okay, so David Starr. He is an indie guy, bounced around to a few different promotions. He was the first one.
Of course, it's a guy I never heard of.
He has, that sounds like he could, be involved in some shit like this, though.
Yeah, so it looks like his stuff wasn't super sexual originally. It was basically just like ex-girlfriends bringing out that he was mentally, emotionally, sexually abusive towards them. So it was sexual. He was physically, sexually abusive towards his ex-girlfriends, things like that. So that came out, and he had been basically dropped by every indie promotion he was worked with, stripped of all their titles, things of that nature. Once again, we're not going to be sitting here saying that he did it without a shadow of a doubt because we weren't there. The next person.
Do you know if any of those girlfriends were like in the wrestling business, or were they just what were their occupations?
I didn't see that any of them were actually in the wrestling business. I do know that there were a few wrestlers who did say that they were, that they did know of wrestlers who had been abused by him, but they didn't really speak out on who it was. The only thing that we do have is a woman named Victoria. Not the WWE Victoria, but just like a woman named Victoria.
I was about to say, damn, it's her widow's peak. The finisher.
The next one is Dave Lagana, who was a writer for WWE and most recently was vice president of NWA Power.
Trying to write himself into somebody's pants, huh?
Pretty much. He was accused of sexual assault and responded by stepping down as vice president of NWA Power. Not sure if that was just a, making face move or if it's an admittance of guilt. Once again, not gonna, speculate on that. It didn't stop with the indies though. Comes up to NXT. NXT UK star Jack Gallagher, gentleman Jack Gallagher, as a lot of fans know him, was accused of sexual assault as well. Gentleman Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, okay.
His allegations were from a young lady who attended a party with him. He had kept on trying to get her drunk, kept on trying to pour more and more alcohol into her glass. when she went to the bathroom, he basically forced his way into the bathroom and ripped her skirt off.
Ripped his skirt off?
No, ripped hers off.
Oh, sorry.
Trying to force himself on her. She did get away. WWE has cut all ties with Jack Gallagher, so he has been released and scrubbed from the website.
Yeah.
Also, NXT UK wrestler Jordan Devlin and Travis Banks have also been accused. Devlin accused of assault against a woman that he was dating. So he's been suspended. Travis Banks was accused by a fellow wrestler who he was in a one-year relationship with when she was 17, saying that he was a manipulative, emotionally abusive, physically abusive, sexually abusive. I really don't know if this is not. Once again, I'm not playing devil's advocate here, but sometimes when you do hear exes saying this shit, a lot of times it kind of fires into my head of, is it, or is it just
He stopped giving you money.
yeah, I'm mad that my ex-boyfriend is in WWE right now and I'm working the indies. He was emotionally abusive to me. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, how do you suspend somebody because they stopped giving you flowers? Like, I once again, he might have been a fucking monster. Who knows?
Well, Drew, it's just like, a guy has a child with a woman and they decide to split. Now, the finances were coming from illegal drug activity. He was peddling dope or whatever you want to call it. And the money was good when they was together, but ever since he left or he cheated, oh, you ain't shit. You ain't that. You ain't this. You ain't never been there for my daughter. You ain't never been there for me. Fuck you, you bitch, motherfucker. All this. And then the last line, because all of it doesn't hurt, but the last line, that's why I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the PO on you because you dealing drugs and I'm going to have you arrested. And that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. It's hey, it's great while the money is good, but when you're not doing anything for me, that's when I got to ruin your fucking career. And that's where the next one's leading me to, and that is Matt. I'm sorry.
I that's where I was going to say something. No? Okay. Sorry.
That leads me to Matt Riddle, who was accused by a fellow wrestler on the indie scene of raping her. Now, Matt Riddle has spoken out about this and said that he is working with his attorneys to file charges against her. He has said that he had to change his phone number 3 times, said that he's had to basically go as far as look to get a restraining order against her. They dated, they broke up, she went nuts, and her allegation is that he snuck into a room where her and 4 other wrestlers were sleeping, raped her, and nobody heard a thing.
Oh.
4 other female wrestlers?
Yeah.
And
nobody was woken up. Nobody heard a thing.
They must have all been on drugs if they didn't hear any of that.
Or it never happened.
Right.
So he is that. This is the reason why you saw him on Friday Night SmackDown not suspended. Is apparently WWE has known about this woman for the past 2 years. They've known her track record, and they're not concerned with Matt Riddle because, quite honestly, this is not something that's new for her and Matt Riddle.
There'll always be at least one crying wolf and a bunch of possible real allegations.
Yeah, and that's why I look at these allegations, and once again, folks, you're probably listening to this and going, wow, these guys are fucked. But here's the thing. I personally like to look at this realistically. If you have all these sexual assault allegations, you're going to have at least one of them that's bullshit.
Right.
not every single one is going to be true. And you can't sit there and say, well, you have to believe all women, and then in November go and vote for Biden. You can't do that. It's one or the other. And that's why this wrestling case is not going to get as much mainstream news as Me Too did, is because that's not sexy anymore. So, it is what it is. But speaking of women are no different. We have a woman who's accused of sexual assault.
Hot dog. Let's hear it.
We have UK wrestler Soraya Knight, real name Julia Hammer. If Soraya Knight, by the way, sounds familiar to people who watch the movie Fighting with My Family, that is the ring name of Paige's mother.
Oh man.
She is accused of forcing herself on wrestlers who were training in her gym when they were underage. One of the wrestlers was NXT UK wrestler Charlie Morgan, had made allegations about her and her coming on to them, causing sexual, mental, physical abuse to them while working at their gym and at their wrestling promotion in England. This has forced her to quit the wrestling business altogether.
Ooh, so that doesn't look good.
She's refuted the allegation, saying it's not true, but at the same time, if you're quitting your job, if you're leaving and saying, I'm out of here, and
Yep.
it could just be that you're going, hey, listen, you know what, I've had enough. Or it could be, just you saying, oh, shit hit the fan.
And that movie, Fight with My Family, you know whose name is attached to that movie.
That would be The Rock.
That would be The Rock. So you better believe this, if not any, but this is going to get some news that's bigger than if it was, Glacier's name instead of The Rock or attached to this movie.
Yeah.
Just because it is The Rock.
Also, I mentioned WWE NXT UK, which, by the way, bad week for UK stars. Joe Coffey and Tyler Bate are also guys looking at different varying allegations. All these wrestlers have been currently suspended while WWE reviews the allegations. The only one who has been actually fired is Gallagher, because it's looking like that stuff actually has hard evidence, and it's just not looking great for him.
Whatever they say he did that ish. Not playing.
Well, hey, you know what? Look at it this way. WWE covered up Jimmy Snuka's murder. So if they're letting it go, it's probably because you did it.
Yeah.
You know who's not exempt from this stuff, though? AEW.
Let's get into it.
Jimmy Havoc, accused by an ex of physical and emotional abuse, has been suspended by the company and forced to undergo mental health and substance abuse counseling. And then they say they are going to reevaluate his position with the company once he returns. That might be a nice way of saying, hey, lie low. The same has happened for Sammy Guevara. Sammy. What the fuck?
Strike one. Got you out.
So, Sammy doesn't have any allegations against him, but Sammy has audio of a podcast where he was joking around with the host, talking about a WWE tryout that he had, because in 2016 he had tried out for the WWE, and said, yeah, seeing all the wrestlers backstage is really cool. I saw Sasha Banks. Man, I'd love to rape her. Bruh.
Yeah, that was like really uncalled for though.
Right. What an idiot.
Like, you can't
There's
even
like
fucking...
a million ways that you can say you want to bang a girl, and he had to choose that one. That's, that was pretty bad.
And on top of it, mind you, this is also the same guy who's currently in a storyline. Anytime he sees Cody, he's hitting on his wife. So it's not looking great.
Life,
AEW, what's that?
life imitating art.
Yeah,
You said in storyline he's hitting his wife, or
he's hitting on Brandy.
oh,
Because of the fact that he also mentioned when he worked in, or when he tried out for AEW, or for WWE, wow, I can't talk today, he had tried hitting on Brandy.
I could be in the minority in this, but I personally would not be. I would not have a wrestler wife, or be married to someone in the wrestling business. I just wouldn't.
Oh, no, you're not in the minority at all. A lot of people agree with that. Everyone who hears that in the wrestling business goes, bro, what are you thinking? You're shitting where you eat, man. Do not do that. Because, as you can see, wrestlers cannot keep it in their fucking pants. So Sammy has been suspended by AEW. He has been sent to sensitivity training. He has also had a conversation with Sasha Banks.
Really?
Yeah, she confirmed this on her Twitter. That, they've had... What's that?
I think it was all via Twitter, right?
No, they had like a phone conversation. She says, hey, I've spoken to him. We've squashed this. It's uncalled for. It's fucked up. Hopefully he can learn, not to be a fuckhead. But, we've talked.
Well,
Not excusing anything, but what
No,
Sammy's
man.
what 20? He's like 24 right now,
Yeah, he
or
was like
something like that.
20 at the time. Which, mind you,
Yeah,
again, it's not excusing anything. And she's even
yeah,
said there's no excuse for it.
right.
But she's at least talked to him. And it's not like he's just pretending it never happened. He's acknowledging it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to if the audio comes out. Kind of give me like I didn't say it.
But that's not it for AEW. Because ring announcer Justin Roberts.
oh boy.
Also,
Oh no!
Former
What?
he has done something that many guys in his position have done when he
Not the
gets
real JR.
when he gets a young lady's phone number, and that's ask for nudes. His problem is that he's asking 17-year-old girls for nudes.
Oh shit.
Why
What a
can't people stay off? Why can't people stay off TikTok, man?
We're almost done, folks, but unfortunately we're not. Will Ospreay from New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of my personal favorite wrestlers, by the way, was put on blast by a female wrestler named Pollyanna, who says that she was notified by several independent promotions that Will Ospreay was basically blocking her working because she had come out and said that his friend Scott Wainwright, who was another pro wrestler, had sexually assaulted her. Because she called him out and put him in public eye, Will Ospreay had basically been like blacklisting her throughout the Indies, is what she's stating.
What's up with the influx of all of these superstars, all of these wrestlers from the biggest companies in the world just around this particular time? It seems that they're
No,
accusation, Twitter announcement after Twitter announcement. This is crazy.
I will tell you this much right now. If Twitter existed in the 80s, this shit would be worse.
The only one I'm shocked about is Justin Roberts, to be honest with you.
This shit would be so much worse in the 80s. There were stories, like The Undertaker was telling stories, of like going to hotel rooms, and there would be women coming out of the hotel room with like their head shaved, freaking out because some wrestler is like, yeah, it's my thing. I bring them back to the room, I knock them around, I shave their head, and then I send them on their way. It's like, the fuck?
That sounds like a Steiner line.
He didn't say who, but I could definitely see
That's
that
all.
being.
That's all like some Steiner would do.
See what I like to do with my freaks is I like to bring them to my room. I like to put them in the Steiner recliner and knock them around and then shave their stupid heads. Get out of here, you fat ass. So we're off to Impact now. Joey Ryan, who
Oh
is
boy.
he is an indie darling. He runs his own promotion, Bar Wrestling. He also works for Impact Wrestling. Oh, I'm sorry. Worked for Impact Wrestling.
Hmm.
And has not one, not even two,
Oh shit.
but
Hat trick?
three sexual assault allegations against him. He has the hat trick. And he doesn't even have the wrestlers going, hey, if this is true, it's fucked. He has wrestlers going, Joey, sorry, but fuck you, pal.
Instead of fans in the crowd, there's going to be the feds. And instead of hats being thrown, the feds should just throw books right at them. Just throw the books at them because it's over.
So this is, by the way, the wrestler who was synonymous with his signature dick flip, which is where he would have his opponent, and he did wrestle intergender matches, put his opponent's hand on his dick, and then flip him with his dick.
Wonder whose idea this was.
It was all his. So, needless to say, he has deleted his Twitter. He has deleted his Facebook. He has also deleted the Twitter and Facebook for Bar Wrestling, which is his promotion. And Impact Wrestling has fired him.
LL, see you later.
They've also fired wrestler Dave Christ for sexual assault allegations and suspended Michael Elgin. Now, Elgin is a curious case because I remember his shit years ago, and then it just got swept under the rug. He was sending lewd text messages to women and sending unsolicited dick pics to women. And I do remember one specific time he had texted, "It's not going to suck itself."
Oh, shit.
Yo, my man was out here with it.
Yo.
Like, this ain't my first time.
But since they have him booked in a top spot, he's only suspended.
Incredible.
And then the main event, ladies and gentlemen, the one you've all been waiting for. Jim Cornette.
What?
Here we fucking go.
Not this guy. Didn't even know about this.
You didn't know about Jim Cornette?
Oh no.
Oh, do I have a tale to tell you? So Jim Cornette, would you like to guess what his choice is when it comes to sexual assault?
14-year-old boys.
He's taking it. He's there is no arguing, there is no lobbying, there is no dealing. Everything that is going to happen is on that man's watch, on his dime, and on his word. I don't know how he does it. It's not online because that's not his bag. Probably during tryouts.
Can I just say, Mac, you are the closest. So here's what he did. When he ran OVW and when he ran Deep South and when he ran basically any promotion, or not promotion, but any kind of like developmental territory, is if a wrestler wanted to get in developmental, he'd go, okay, you want to get in developmental? Well, your tape's not good enough to really get in front of Vince. But if you let me watch you fuck my wife.
What?
Oh, he one of those guys. Oh, shoot.
Nah.
Jim Cucknet. Is his wife hot at least?
No.
Oh,
no.
God. I guess I won't be on the indies.
His wife is thick in all the wrong ways.
You'll be in the undies. Yeah.
uh,
So
so what
we
do you
got
call that?
it's cuckold.
I mean, no, is that was for a guy, right? That he said to do that.
It's predatory. Yeah, he's basically taking these guys and saying, hey, the only way you're gonna get in WWE is to fuck my wife, whether you
Is
want
that
to or not.
assault?
Yeah, because I mean, they can be married, and it's literally sexual harassment. You're literally sexually harassing people to say the only way you're going to get this job is through sexual favors.
Okay, wait. Was the wife cool with this?
Yeah, the wife was cool with it. I guess they're into that, but that doesn't mean the wrestlers are. Apparently, he offered Kevin Nash that she would suck his
Ugh.
dick. We don't know if he's done this. However, Jim Cornette's former best friend has confirmed one name that did shag Mrs. Cornette.
Ooh, can I guess?
Go for it.
Bruh.
No.
What time? What era was this?
This was probably late 90s.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint. He's on Netflix.
CM Punk?
Well, it's the big show.
The Big Show.
Yeah, I can see Big Show doing it because he probably, you know, he got to get his feet wet and his Richard getting in the game.
So, Andy, this was at a time where Big Show got signed and then immediately was sent down to developmental because he was not panning out. And basically, the only thing that kept him in the company was banging Cornette's wife.
While he watched?
While he watched in the room.
Long dick style.
Long dick style. Hi. I'm long dick style.
And
So wait a minute. Did he tape these encounters?
I don't know if he taped them, but he definitely watched them.
About to say, man, I don't want to see no Big Show leak, man. I ain't trying to see that.
Nobody is enjoying this story more than Joey Janela, who has been on the receiving end of many of Cornette's threats and hate rants and is loving this to the point where he has sent over to Jim Cornette some T-shirt ideas that he could try out. So Jim Cornette, his podcast is basically his face on the Wendy's logo because of a rant he had in a Wendy's drive-thru. So Joey Janela sent over one that said, "Welcome to Cookies," where the cuck is always fresh. And it's the Wendy's.
I wonder what kind of trouble he can get into that. I mean, obviously, I don't think it would bother him too much because he's obviously into it. But yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, fuck him. He's always done that to all the wrestlers.
You know who I thought she was going to say, though, as far as the main event was concerned, since you're going back from that time, I thought she was going to say, Pat Patterson and Jared Briscoe, because I've heard stories about those boys.
Okay, so I'm sorry. The logo, by the way, was the Wendy's sign that says Cult of Cuck. Drive through and fuck my wife.
Oh, my God. I thought you were going to say Vince Russo was loving it so much.
Oh,
Bruh.
So y'all saying that y'all wouldn't take no head to get ahead?
Not while the motherfuckers in the room.
Have you ever seen Jim Cornette? Can you imagine that looking at you while you're trying to bang?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Come on, you gotta get in there harder. You gotta get in there harder. Goddamn, I can fucking fuck her harder. Why? What am I getting you here for?
You want to be on Monday nights, don't you?
That might have been for another type of, something to hang over their heads. I don't think it was also, also for them to whatever they was trying to get at the time. But I think that was also to hang something over their heads. Oh, that looks like how Nikki Cross gonna look when she get older.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, he's pointing at her saying, "Do you got what it takes?"
So if the fans at home are wondering, I've just sent over a picture of Cornette and his wife to the other listeners just to know what it's going to take to get on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown.
Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm.
Also, did you guys see that Charlotte's out for until August?
I did see that.
Good job, Naya.
Yeah, whatever. Do we have any dirt besides this bullshit?
The only thing that I had was that, and Corey Graves is into Carmella peeing on him. That's all I have.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, let's
Wait, what? Wait, what? How you just gonna brush over that?
I
What did you just say?
know it was trending, bro, worldwide. He was number one on Twitter.
How did that get out?
They have a podcast
Ah,
together, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not in anything like scat or poo or anything," and she's like, "Well, what about pee?" And he's like, "Well, you know."
oh my gosh! Everybody don't need to share everything, man. You just don't need to share it.
Yeah. Um, Marty Scroll has some news to share too.
That one is also a speculation that he basically sexually assaulted a woman who basically was down with it the entire time. Hey, you want to come back to my hotel room? Yeah, let's go. Do you have the key? I don't have the key. All right, let's just do it here. And she was down with it, but she was 17 and didn't tell him. Now
Wow.
I don't know what the statute of limitations is in that area.
Did
Where
he
we
ask?
probably not. I mean,
Because it is kind of your responsibility to ask if the girl doesn't look, you know, shouldn't just assume. You just can't.
Mm.
But even if he didn't, it's not recorded saying yes, so it doesn't matter.
I
That's
don't.
a lot of that's a lot of allegations for one. What is it? 1 week's time?
Yeah. Oh, too much. Um, did we want to get into Raw?
sure.
Okay. That's heavy stuff to leave on. But let's get to Raw.
Well, you just got to say before we close it that hopefully those women who were assaulted can, you know, get past it and heal and get justice if it happened.
Yeah.
And anyone's who
And the men.
being untruthful.
And a big show. That's right, big show.
Yeah. And,
That is a
and
forever card.
and the ones that shagged up with Paige's mom. Um, we're hoping that they get their justice, and the ones who are less than honest, we're hoping that shit's found out too, because the last thing the wrestling business needs is a way for people who maybe are less than honest to try and bury people just to get ahead.
I'm
Because
guaranteeing there's a tape with Paige's mom because the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
oh,
Did you hear the movie that they're coming out with? The sequel?
they are?
Yeah. It's called fucking with my family. Ayo.
This
Uh,
guy.
I couldn't resist. Moving on to Raw.
we just setting ourselves up for a cancel.
Hey, I didn't fuck anybody without their permission ever, and I didn't quit
You
my
don't
job. I
you
was.
don't have to. All you got to do is talk.
Hey man, we'll get to that news in a second. Uh, Dolph Ziggler interrupts Drew McIntyre. Main event for Extreme Rules has been teased with McIntyre versus Ziggler. Not impressed with this reign from McIntyre. They got to have him beat a Roman Reigns, a big boy. These competitors haven't been really good that he's been going up against.
It's
Ziggler still,
almost like it's almost like a subpar Kofi reign, isn't it?
yes, way less impressed than this versus Kofi. Way less. Uh, Nia Jax staging a protest. R-Truth and Charlotte Flair interrupt. I mean, apropos for the times. Um, I don't know what this had to do with Nia Jackson and Charlotte, but okay, thank you for the background noise. Uh, Charlotte is now hurt until August, so who knows what is to come with Nia. Are we going to get Nia and Asuka again? I don't know. Um, Moving on, the Street Profits took on the Viking Raiders in a tag team championship match. The Street Profits defeated the Viking Raiders in a match that no one cares about. Um,
Bianca cares.
well, Bianca should be given her own storyline to work as a single competitor and get called up. Because he's really good, but Charlotte's out now. It's time to develop another star because you need one. And I don't know if they're.
Charlotte done buried them all.
Yeah, but damn, what are you gonna
She
do? Just
buried
keep having the same
Bianca. She buried
work?
Rhea.
Pathetic. Um, Raw Women's Championship match: Asuka took on Flair. Charlotte Flair lost to Asuka. Um,
But
she
say how though?
she tapped out. Um, that was big. Now, did she know that she was hurt before the tap, and that's why she tapped?
Yeah, that's what they were playing on the whole time. They was
Okay,
giving her out.
okay, all right, that makes sense.
So they still can't give out. They always got to put an asterisk on the Oscar win, man, all the time.
Mm. So speaking of injuries, excuse me, Edge came out, reintroduces Randy Orton to the Rated R Superstar. This is a pre-recorded promo. Edge updated his future in the business, and he said that Randy Orton had awakened inside of him that he doesn't care what he has to do to get where he wants to be. He's not able to pick up his children on Father's Day, and he said that Randy Orton dealt a vicious blow to Christian, his lifelong friend, and he called Randy Orton the PG superstar. Um, he said that Randy Orton has awoken the Rated R superstar. So we're gonna get the Rated R superstar in their last match with him and Orton. Um, I feel like my preview was it last week to say we're gonna get 3 stages of hell. Let's let's keep this working because it sounds like we are.
So we about to get sex in the bed on Raw with Lita on Edge. That's what we getting.
I mean, if Matt Hardy was employed, yeah, sure, and you can do that right in front of his face. That's a cuck on scene right there. That's all in person. Matt being a cuck. 24/7 championship. R-Truth against Akira Tozawa. And Akira Tozawa got the victory. I guess he got the victory because of Bobby Lashley and MVP. being in the ring to wipe out a bunch of ninjas, and then R-Truth got laid out, and then Akira appeared from under the ring and pinned R-Truth and won the championship.
I'm gonna make a hot take and give that 24/7 title until Survivor Series before it's gone and forgotten about.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ran its course. I agree.
If we see it past that, I'll be really shocked.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Nothing more for it to do. I mean, it's been probably on 50 people at least.
Our truth 49 times.
You're right. So Liv Morgan took on Natty. Natty came out with Lana. Natty ended up getting the victory over Liv Morgan. That's like flipping a coin and not giving a fuck what side is on the right side up with this match. So we'll move on. And Big Show, who's been appearing on Monday Night Raw over the past couple of weeks, has been called because of Edge being hurt. He's filling in. Do it from duty with Orton now. They've got a program. Big Show and Randy Orton. Anyone give a fuck about this?
Big Show is a bona fide legend.
God.
Come on, man. You know what it is.
I mean, they tried to sneak this motherfucker in on the Raw after Mania when it was him and McIntyre in the ring. And they were like, oh, this happened after WrestleMania. He defended his championship again. It's like, don't you do this at house shows for people who pay tickets. Don't do this to me. Drew, any thoughts?
I mean, honestly, anytime I hear those names, I just black out.
You talking about the man in red, man?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I believe that was. Oh, it's not. All right, so moving on. The tag team championships on the women's side were defended. They have a name now, folks. It's the Iconics taking on the Golden Role Models. And what do you know? The Golden Role Models win and beat the Iconics. And another match that no one gives a fuck about.
But I tell you what, though, you didn't get to it yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and say I think it should happen, unfortunately. But you'll get to it, I guess, in a second.
Okay. Apollo Crews joins the VIP lounge and battles, you guessed it, Shelton, always around Benjamin. And, you know, when somebody's always around, they always are the butt of something. And in this instance, Shelton Benjamin is the butt of this match result. He ended up losing, which was very much expected. Rey Mysterio returns to Raw, accompanied by his son Dominic. Um, he mentioned the pride and the anger that he faced or that he felt with Seth Rollins. And he said Dominic and him aren't going anywhere, and this is what family looks like. Then Seth Rollins showed up. He's taking out both father and son with the help of Murphy and Austin Theory. And that is until Humberto Carrillo and Aleister Black returned. They helped Dominic and Mysterio close out the show. Aleister Black, you're better than this. I mean, another guy strapped a rocket to him. Seems like he was ascending in regards to the programs that he was getting, the guys in the ring that he was with. You know, you saw that maybe IC or US strap being put on him. And then after that, maybe him battling Drew McIntyre. No. He's involved in this nothing feud. Is this
He
what you
is the he's not the men's Money in the Bank holder, right? That's Otis. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's Otis.
Which I'm wondering when that's going to actually take place.
At this point, who gives a fuck?
True.
I mean, it's that it's bad. It is bad across the board. This is the time where I mean, you can either use this time to develop guys, or you can use this time to put out bullshit. If you look at the champions, you look at the storylines. A lot of it is BS. I mean, Apollo Crews, come on, man. Dominic and Rey Mysterio against Seth Rollins for the past 2 months. Come on, man. The Iconics are back. Come on, man. The Street Profits and the Viking Raiders, your probably top two tag teams. Last week they're playing dominoes. The week before that they're playing tag. The week before that they're playing hide and go get it. I mean, come on, man.
They wasn't playing that.
Might as well.
Uh,
Is just what are we doing here?
was that the end of Raw,
That was
or
the
was
end
there more? Oh, okay, so you didn't say it. Let me just ask you both a question before I say what I'm going to say about what I think should happen here. How many prominent women do you think are on the roster right now? And when I say prominent, I mean like women you can see holding the championship, either one of them. And you don't have to give me
maybe
the names; just give me like a number,
4.
Maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Mac, what do you say?
4.
Okay. So during that segment with the tag team champs, Sasha and Bailey, they hinted towards them breaking up, and Sasha said, I think I forgot how she put it, but whatever the pay-per-view is coming up is, she said she made it seem like she was going to challenge Bailey, but she decided to challenge Asuka. So that's going to be her pretty much her opponent at whatever the next pay-per-view is. So what I'm saying is, I think that she should go ahead and win and beat Asuka, and they'll still be the tag team champs, and they'll have all the gold, and then they unify the titles at SummerSlam because there's not enough women, and I think they recognize that.
You said this before.
Well, I think it's more evident now than it was before. Charlotte's gone. That's one of your heavy hitters.
So is
Nyla's
Becky.
hurting everybody. Becky's gone. So I think you got to kind of make a power move here, and not have 2 belts. It's just not enough.
Mm.
And then when you do have them two face each other, you can finally get the. They want to get the belts on the Iconics. There's just not. They don't know when to pull a trigger.
I mean, I don't even know, man. Like, it's just not enough women to compete at all. At least good women.
And nobody knows, like we mentioned them again, but where Bianca is, nobody knows where Shayna Baszler is. Um, Kari Singh, nobody knows where she is. Well, I think she's hurt, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know what the deal is.
You introduce a women's tag team champions, but you don't introduce more women tag teams. I don't get it. I'm That's like having a women's championship and then just letting it sit there, or let 2 women battle at it every month. It doesn't make sense. You don't really have too many real competitors for that belt. Asuka, Nia, Charlotte. What's the old girl name who dropped the joint? Who had to get deported?
Oh, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley in NXT. What's going on with her?
She's
Bianca
back.
Shorty that's been hurt. Ember Moon, she's been hurt for forever.
I think she's done, right?
I don't know if it's official.
It might be.
Forgot all about her.
Yeah, I didn't. It's just shit. I mean, if you gonna put belts on, the superstars of longevity, like they've done before, you know who you got to put the belt on next? Your girl.
Oh,
I think of her name. Um, I can see her face. Nia Jax's tag team partner.
Oh, Tamina. Well, she's getting reworked.
What's
she's
her?
what?
She's they're doing vignettes where she's in like an insane asylum.
She's getting repackaged.
She is.
You still
Yeah,
never get the belt. They ain't never gonna stoop that low.
I give it to her. Have her come out and crush Asuka or Sasha or Bailey. Hell yeah, give it to her. Why not? What the fuck? What else do you? What do you have to
You can't.
lose?
You can't. You can't have her come out and crush anybody after she's lost for 32 years straight. You can't do that.
Well, coming fresh out of an insane asylum, bro. Let's give her some space, all right?
Oh, Psycho Tamina, huh?
Psycho
Bring
to me.
back, bring back the music.
I would want
Did
to
we?
work for WWE, but you know, I don't have to fuck somebody's wife in order to get my script on.
Ooh.
Who knows? They probably have those big sex romp parties on the 30th floor. I would imagine a lot of cocaine going around.
Listen, man, all these companies is wild. All of them.
More Wolf of Wall Street than your mom and pop shop, I'm assuming. So, did you guys see the news on the Undertaker?
Yes, I did watch the last ride.
What do you think about it?
Um, I don't know. I personally I don't see it lasting.
Yeah, there's no way to go out.
I'll believe it when somebody inducts him to the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I can see it being like a Terry Funk situation where it's like, yeah, I'm retired, quote unquote, yeah, because he's not saying retired.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people are saying thank you, Taker, and oh, Taker's retired. It's like, nah, come on, now you're not that gullible.
Taker is that he's that knife on the sink type of person.
Going back for that second sandwich.
Yeah, man. This is all, he's never sure if he's going to eat another one or not.
I can see that. Do we have anything from Avi or UOP today?
Let me
Yeah,
check.
He did ask a question. I got it via text.
Oh, okay.
So let me go ahead and pull that up. Well, it looks like Abby's buying it. So he says, in honor of Undertaker, maybe finally could be hanging up the boots. Which version was your favorite, and what was your favorite entrance? I will go first, and this goes for entrance and Taker, and it was the Ministry.
Yeah, that music for the Ministry of Darkness was my shit. That and the Corporate Ministry. I don't know why I just love. Um, whole second I like ABA Taker. I don't know why. I just do. It was more marked than Undertaker with that. So, but yeah,
I I personally liked Purple Glove Taker more. I felt the ABA Taker just got a little bit stale after a while. Well, that's just me.
I can feel you on that one. I mean, he might. All right. Do we have anything else for today? Uh,
I think so.
I will fuck the both of y'all. I just want to say that. You know,
Why is that?
you could have said congratulations or something, but it's all good.
You said you were in a hurry, so you didn't want to do any of the fluff.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and I figured you was holding the best for last.
Well, I figured you was when we first did the intros.
Well, we do have some news, and that is that Total Mac is totally off the market now.
That's right, baby. I'm totally engaged.
Sorry, ladies, but
No,
hey, my
I,
DMs are open.
I, rough out here in these streets now. I can't. I had to sit and think hard about this one now. I had to get him off the block because I ain't trying to be next. It got to a point where my boys hit me up in the DMs or IG saying, hey, your girl again, dog. She out here wilding. She out here striking people again, hurting them. I said, oh. Had to leave her. But nah, yeah, in all seriousness, yeah, I'm out the game, man. You know, been a long time coming, but you know, it had to happen. I appreciate y'all.
And fans, if you're listening, if you want to help Max celebrate, a like and subscribe would do wonders.
Listen, that is look, in these times, that is as good as a waffle, iron, or some drapes, plates, china, a like or subscribe or both. That might even get you an invitation to the wedding. I'm just saying. Just go ahead and do it. That's all I'm saying. You know,
Uh,
you need that. Hit us up, YouTube, No Pyro Podcast. Hit us up on SoundCloud under the same name. And we're on iTunes. Rate us, like us, comment. We are here. But I appreciate y'all.
yes, sir. Congratulations, man. It's a new journey.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. I will say this about getting engaged. I didn't get engaged to this woman that I'm with now. Because the one I got engaged to, I said, I don't have to put up with this for the rest of my life. And all of a sudden, I got a whole new woman on my hands. No more no's. No more getting cursed out. Hey, can you pick up this? Hey, can you sweep that? Hey, can you wash this? A lot of curses back in the day. Now, put that jewelry on that finger. Yes. Sure. Of course I can. That's what I'm getting now. So I'm a little worried.
Oh, believe me though, that sparkle, it'll stay there, but it'll get less distracting, and those no's will come back.
Man,
And
What he's trying to say is you're going to be a prize for about 3 months.
you know, and, and then you're gonna have to get yourself a fleshlight.
hey, better than getting somebody else's wife. Hey, yo. Oh, man. Well, I'll let my 3 month moratorium go by before I have to go out and cop one of those, Drew. And just keep it moving that way. But ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Mac, aka TBD Mac, aka Stick Flare. Joined, of course, with Swerve Lee, aka Tuzo Swerve, aka Swerve Abos, aka Swerve T, aka Swollen Pal, FKA Yoko Tuna, and last but not least, Nocho Drew, aka EGB, aka the Applebee's Don. This has been a No Pyro Podcast production. Episode number 101 is in the books. Again, for the last time on this episode, you will hear me say, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the No Pyro Podcast on all your favorite outlets, including iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Just like the single game, I'm out this bitch like a newborn. Deuces.